Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's good to be back. Welcome back to yet another episode of Sip and Chat with your girl Fanta. You know, I have a very interesting guest. Interesting because no one really knows much about him. You know, it's all about let me put my music out, let me bounce, let me put my music out, let me bounce. But I'm so excited to have him here. And right before I let you know who this person is, a massive thank you to Afro for being a part of Sip and Chat, iNet, you guys, thank you so much. Global Properties, you know what? No one for one. Like, thank you so very much. My outfit is by Lilio Designs. Lily is here to cater to your stylish needs, classy needs, chic needs, and casual needs. That's what I love about Lilio is that we're always in sync. But you know what? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of Sip and Chat Season 2. Welcome. I'm not even going to say your name. I'll just say welcome and I'll let you tell the people.
What's up, Gambian? What's up, everybody? What's up, world? It's your one and only favorite boy, Uchee, and I'm happy to be here, Fanta.
Thank you so very much. This is Uchee Osashi, producer turned one of the finest musicians in this country.
Word.
There's so much I feel like we have to talk about. When I was just going through what the conversation would be like or where I want it to go, and I realized, I was like, wow, there's so much to talk about with Uchee because I don't think I've ever heard you on an interview. And obviously, Sip and Chat is not like an interview, it's a chat, you know?
Yeah, it's like a chat zone.
It is a chat. But just briefly, really tell people, who is Uchee?
Oh, Uchee, like you rightly mentioned, like you earlier mentioned, is a producer turned artist. You're just fly cool boy from Coastal Road, from a family of 6. My dad, mom, and I have 4 siblings, 3 including myself. What else is there to know about Uchee? I think that's basically it.
What is your real name Uchee?
Yes, it is.
What's your full name?
My name is Uchee Zamani.
Really?
Yes.
It's not Uchenna.
No.
It's just Uchee.
Just Uchee.
Okay. Were you born and raised here, or like you moved when you were a child, or what's your story?
No, I was born here.
Okay.
I was born in Serekunda.
Okay.
Exactly at Health Center in
Really?
Sandika.
Okay.
I've lived here my whole life. I schooled here. Everything I did,
You're
I've
Gambian.
done here.
Gambian through and through.
I'm Gambian, 100%.
100%.
100%.
You know, when we talk about music, obviously, that's why you're here. And I've just been, and I was just talking, because before I interview a guest or before I sit with a guest, it's like a whole week, all I talk about is the guest. Because that's, for me, that's how I prepare.
Yeah.
Looking at your journey, the trajectory of your journey, how and where did you really start? Because I know you got to being a producer and being well-known, a well-known producer. That's how we all were introduced to you. At least us that knew you before you started singing.
Yeah.
But what has that journey been like?
Well, it's been a hard journey. It's been a rough one too. I started off as a producer, but the whole aim was to get into this whole singing game at some point.
Okay.
But there were so many things that were hindering me at first. First of all, the lack of identification from Gambians as a Gambian.
Really?
Yeah, secondly was language difficulties and all of those things. So I know I want to do music, but how do I relate with the people I want to do the music for? There was no way, so I had to engage into production.
Okay.
It's still in the same music field. Got to know some people, got to link with some artists, got my beats out there, my music out there, and just kind of like, transcended my vibe into them, waiting or giving them a forefront for them to open up a journey or a way for me to come in right now, like I am.
Like right now. Well, you know what? Hold that thought. A massive thank you to Kalimba. Kalimba has been with us from season 1, just renting out, giving us this space, not renting, giving us this space to use to film to my own devices, for creating us with the drinks and like just creating a peaceful environment for me to be able to film here. Kalimba is such a beautiful place. It's actually my favorite hotel amongst the Jaliba Leisure Group hotels. It's chill, it's beautiful. So thank you to the group. Thank you very much for being a part of this journey. And massive thank you to Metro. You see that my set is different today? You see how different the set is? It's done by Metro. So thank you, Metro, for coming on board and being a part of this. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I just like to plug in my people every now and again.
It's okay.
You mentioned being a part of, the music scene for time, but how long has it been since you got into producing and making music combined?
Well, there's always two sides to that story. There is the professional part and the unprofessional part.
Okay.
I started making music unprofessionally since I was like 12, 13 of age. And I started making music professionally in 2017. It's
Okay.
like 5 years ago.
5 years.
November this year is gonna make it 5 years.
5 years. And mashallah, you've come really far.
I have.
You have. But just what has it been like being in the Gambian music industry? Because I know it's very tough.
Yeah.
Just
it
trying
is.
to break out. But what has that journey been like for you?
Well, it's been lukewarm. You know, as cold as it is, it's as hot as it is as well. And the more you cry about things, the more you enjoy some certain things that it comes with. So I can't say it's been all, trouble and all traumatizing and all hard and all of those things. It's been an experience. It's me being matured, me getting to understand things the way they come. And I think that has just made me understand the society a little bit more. And at least I can use that and use my music to relay a message. And I think it's working for me really fine.
Working for you really fine. You've been doing music now and just being you started music at 12, 13. Was your family okay with that? Or was that like nah, you're not going to do music?
At 12, 13?
Yeah, sometimes parents are very, even when they sense that this person's going in a direction I don't want, they try to cut that off very early.
That's true. That's true.
Was that your case, or is your story different?
No,
and
it
when
was.
you really were grown properly and you were like, this is what I really want to do, what was that conversation like?
Well, it was. I didn't really aspire to be an artist, like from the
Jump.
time from like when I was a kid, like that 12, 13.
Yeah.
I was just doing production. It was like a hobby. Exactly. I wanted to be a lawyer. I did.
Really?
Yeah, I did political science in the university.
Really?
And it's funny, some people that knew me back in the day in school,
Yeah.
knowing how brilliant and
you
how
are and how into it you were.
how much I wanted that education, that reading and all of that, and I'm just doing music. Like, I'm a musician. It's funny. My parents never allowed it from the start. They were always against it. When I was doing it in church, they liked it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
When I was doing it in church, they liked it. When I turned 17, 18, I wanted to take it more serious. It was a problem until in 2019, it was on Independence Day. We were doing a freedom concert at Westfield.
Yeah, I remember
That same night, I had an interview on Afro, and my parents were listening on Afro Radio, and my parents were listening in. And I think that was the day they decided to just let me.
What? He's going places.
Yeah.
Let's just leave him. Let's just leave him. You've done 2 EPs so far, no?
Yes.
But
Correct.
before the EPs, obviously, I know that you produced for Hussein.
Yeah.
And I also know that at some point, you and Hussein, there was a little bit of a rift.
Yeah.
I remember talking to him about this. What was that like? Because obviously, now you're good though.
Yeah.
Right. But obviously then, this was your
Yeah.
ride or die.
Yeah.
What was that situation like, and how did you feel after coming out of that and being in this space now with him?
Well, it's crazy, but like you said, knowing everybody knows me and Hussein were like,
Yeah, thickest thieves.
exactly.
Yeah.
Musically, it was beyond music. It was Hussein could be like 20 meters away, 30 meters away, and I could be 30 meters away, and then you could just hear us shouting to each other, and people would be like, yo, this guy is crazy.
There
you
was
know,
a bromance there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it was crazy, because at some point, I felt sidelined.
Okay.
Everybody
so?
everybody has their own stories,
Yes, for sure.
As much as I'll say my own story, Hussein
But this
also.
is your truth.
Yeah,
this is how you felt. That's the thing people fail to realize. We could all go through an experience, and my experience will be completely different from yours.
That's
but we
right.
were in the same space.
That's right.
So, which is why I like to ask people. So, for you, what was your experience?
Caught me off guard.
Okay.
Was broken, hurt, disappointed.
Really?
Most especially because I would think of it to come from, like, I've been in it before, but I wouldn't expect it to come from Hussein. Understand? So I guess it's just what it is.
Did you feel betrayed in a sense?
Yes, I did.
How
Most
so?
definitely. The story is long,
I know, but compartmentalize.
it was just it was more of misinformation, misinformation, deliberate misinformation, you know, and it was aiming at something. Like he got it all figured out. It was like a calculated move, you know, and it's something we both sat down and talked about
that
you
you
know,
do together.
you know, and then you know, at some point, then you're making your own moves with the same person we're supposed to be making these moves together with, and then you're doing it in a way that you're making me feel like you're not making those moves without me,
Yeah.
but you actually are. And the whole aim was to just get me out
Out
of it.
of the picture.
You know, and then somebody who goes into my laptop, because like I said, we were that
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
You have my password. You're the
You
only
have
artist
access
who
to
has my,
stuff. Yeah.
you know, he lost his Instagram at some point, you remember? So he was more of like confused. He was using my laptop to access his Facebook account to get back his Insta. You know, all of those things. So if I give you access to my laptop and then you go inside my laptop and take all of the unfinished songs and then you make your own moves so that whenever we're broken away, it still does not affect the music
you
because you
feel
still
like-
have it. You know, that was crazy. But it's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love. We trashed it. It's good. We're good. I'm good.
That's you know, I think that's one beautiful thing that mostly with men really, you're able to, you know, go through stuff, but you're always able to come back.
Of course.
You know, I know that you guys had a beautiful relationship and you worked together and you did a lot of stuff together. Now that, you know, you've trashed it, you're in a good space, would you collaborate again or?
That I don't know because I am a very, very, very funny person. That,
Why are you a funny person?
like when I say I got broken down, I was broken to that. You know, I was that broken. Like, you know, you're out of it. Everybody knows who you are. You're that popular. But then you have to still go back to your parents' home because you don't have anywhere else to go at that point.
At that point, because
You know,
yeah.
you left home like 4 years ago, and then only to go back home and tell your parents that
I'm starting again.
I'm starting again. It don't make no sense.
It does.
And I wouldn't blame Hussein because he wouldn't understand what's happening on my family's
Yes,
side,
yeah.
as I wouldn't really understand what's happening on his.
family side.
Yeah, but notwithstanding, you know, if we always had these conversations, I felt like we could still have those conversations
Yeah.
and get to somewhere with it. But like I said, it's still all love.
It's still a love.
All love.
But collaboration, you don't know about that? yet?
Collaboration, no, I don't know. If we're going to collaborate, it's going to be my song
Okay.
because we already have a song
Yes.
that he owns.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait. First of all, when's your birthday?
On the 9th of May, it's past.
You're a Taurus. That's why you're an Earth sign. You take betrayal very, very personally.
I do
And you
because
hold on to it.
I don't like to betray people.
Yeah.
That's it. It's as simple as what I wouldn't want you to do to me. Trust me, I would never do it to you.
And you really felt that way about that whole situation.
Really.
And it was a big thing though. And obviously, like I know that with the men especially, there's always ego involved. It's
Yeah.
always like I'm this, I'm that, or
Yeah.
I'm this now. And you know, there was a lot of like, oh, ego's playing a part into it now. This one's big, or they're growing now, so obviously they feel a way that was there. Even with because you know, I like to stay out of it, but I hear stuff, especially in the music world, because that's where I'm really at. You know? Even when it comes to, let's say, Jizzle, I've heard rumors about that situation as well. So I'm just like, is there a situation there, or was there a situation at some point? I know this is what happens on Sip and Chat. Take a sip, take a sip, take a sip.
I'll take a sip for that one. Well, I don't know. Like, when it comes to things like this, I don't react.
Yeah.
In the at first instance, I don't react. I don't talk about it. I'm not really like somebody who comes on the internet and
I
just
know.
be talking.
I know.
I just let the music do the talking and I just sit down and watch. And the reason why Hussein's situation got out of hand was because after a couple of months that both of us were silent about it,
Yeah.
he still came on live and said some other,
Things.
crazy things to the extent of insulting my mother. Now that's different. With the other person,
Yeah.
is different. Because Hussein, I don't know if you understand this. Me and Hussein is not like me and Jizzle.
No, I know. You and Hussein were like brothers.
Exactly. In 2017, when I started music, the first song I produced was for Hussein, Chanta, and Nobles.
Yeah.
You understand that I even went as far as putting that in a song. like to show how much I appreciate them just listening to what I could do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's different. So I wouldn't look at him the same way I look. With Jizzle, it's just, yeah, it happened. It didn't happen anymore. No problem. I felt like, you know, somebody was getting big, somebody was getting different, and all of those things. I just took my space. And then with my own brother coming into the scene, knowing that both of them are like T and, you know, T and Jizzle, and all of those things.
Oil and water.
So everybody knows how me and T is.
Yeah.
So it's like transfer of aggression. So with me and Jizzle, there's really nothing there. It's just...
So is it like you guys tried to work together, that didn't work out?
It did at some point.
Okay.
It just was not working anymore.
It wasn't working.
Nah.
And then obviously with T, you and T being 6 and 9,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I'm loyal to this person. So at the end of the day, you tried, it didn't work. This is my group, or this is my person.
No. No, that was not how it was.
Okay.
Me and T grew into each other along the way.
Yeah.
So it's different. Me and Jizzle, it was like from the beginning, like with his music and my music.
Okay.
So with T, it was different because he came in along the way. T, in fact, even got introduced to me by Hussein.
Really?
Also, you imagine, you know, you imagine those kind of things,
Yeah.
but because Jizzle and T has issues, and knowing that me and T is close and all of those things, so I guess I just had to take it because at the end of the day, I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at.
You know where you're at.
Exactly.
Well, hold that thought right there. We'll go with our first break. When we're back, more with Uchee.
You can now receive money anytime and anywhere in Gambia through MoneyGram for free. Simply dial *777# to register and access your MoneyGram at any AfriMoney agent. Free cash outs, $100 free for all MoneyGram transfers into AfriMoney. Cash out at any AfriMoney agent or AfriCell outlet.
Welcome back after that break. A massive thank you to Global Properties iNet for all your internet services, and AfriCell. If you want mobile money, you can really get mobile money like from the UK to Gambia. That is how amazing it is. You can transfer someone money through mobile money. That's amazing. Thank you to Kalimba, and a massive thank you to Metro for the decor. Really appreciate it. Now, right before we left, obviously, we were speaking about some of the beefs within the industry and some of the experiences that you've had. And I just, I understand that. Are you in a space now where you could work with Jizzle, or is that like, what, we'll see if it happens?
Oh.
I like it when you laugh. Because it's like, you were going to say something, but let me think about this.
I just don't want to say it out there. Like,
oh, yeah.
When it comes, like, people told me this so many times. I've heard people say, Uchee, you're not working with Jizzle anymore. It's the beginning of your downfall. I'm still here. You're not working with Hussein. It's the beginning of your downfall.
And you're still here.
I grew bigger. Like, it's crazy, I'm still the only producer who produced 4 million streams in the Gambia.
Ooh!
Like, still. Like,
subtle flex,
so things like that, like, it just makes me want to work more.
Harder.
So I don't see them in the direction I'm going. Like, it's...
And now?
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm aiming for something else. Something bigger.
Okay, and then, we'll get... You're aiming for something bigger. You've dropped 2 EPs, and I love them both. King of My City was so beautiful, and I thought that was such a vibrant way to introduce yourself.
Yes.
And you did that.
Yeah.
How did that, was it like, and you've dropped now 2 EPs, no album yet, and I like that.
Yeah.
You're not rushing it.
No.
you're taking your time.
Yes.
And I was just listening to, what was it? Was it Instagram? With
Attack.
Attack.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, you know what? Uchee is so smooth with these beats. Really? Because that beat, the beginning was, and that's how you're like, because I look at Malik Berry as well. Malik Berry when Wizzy just started. You know, how Malik Berry used to, Malik Berry has produced at least 2 or 3 albums for Wizzy. And then you see his transgression from that to music.
Recording artist.
And how beautiful his sounds are. I think that's one advantage producers have.
Yes.
It's like they know.
They do.
They really do.
They do. They
How?
do.
How did King of My City come about?
King of My City was like, it was great. First of all, shout outs to everybody who had taken part in making sure that EP was a success. Big up to every artist that was in it. Big up to you, Attack. That EP, like, I don't know, I have no words for it. I guess it was just God-given and God-sent. And like, at that point in time, everybody knew that, like, everybody was like, okay, what is Uchee gonna do now? Like, Uchee is at the point, like, Jenna, like, Dana.
He's done. Yeah.
Like, he's done.
Yeah.
And it got to me because I felt that
You
way
felt
too
that
at some
way,
point.
okay.
I mean, imagine you have to come to this area and have to go back home and all of those things, you know? And the holy people I had to hold in this area were not there anymore. You know, those kind of things. So it was crazy. But I guess all of those things put together with how I was feeling is what brought about that EP.
That EP, King of My City.
Yeah.
How did the name come about though? King of My City. What city?
My city.
How did that name come about?
That I'll give honor to whom honor is due. Shout out to Ike. I don't know if you know him. Mohammed Cham, Akon Cham.
Okay.
From former SOS student, music
I should know.
artist.
I should
Ike.
know.
You know, he was like, the name of my EP was supposed to be The Recipe.
Really?
I'm giving this
'Cause
exclusive to you
I was
now.
about to say, exclusively, King of My City was renamed from The Recipe to King of My City. I can already have an idea of why you named it The Recipe.
Yes.
Because you're the source?
I was no, like it was just me trying to bring my own ingredients to the table and make my own dish.
Okay.
And you see how my own
Sounds. Okay.
you know, feels like or tastes like or sounds like,
Okay.
whatever context. So he was like, you already have a song with Hussein, the Ring of Roses song.
Yeah.
King of My City, I'm the...
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Ring
that.
of
You go out, people are like, King of My City.
Yeah.
Why don't you just continue
Stick
with
to
it?
that.
So he was like, King of the City. I was like, nah, the city is controversial because then I'll be telling everybody that I am your
You are-
king.
yeah.
So I didn't want to, you know, press buttons or do anything to hurt anybody. So I changed it from D to my. Yeah,
That's nice.
it was just English.
You know, and then you have the I Can't Kill. I feel like that entire EP is all like bangers. You know, I Can't Kill
Thank
Myself,
you.
Satanka Sumatanka. I remember when I
Thank
heard
you.
that, we were all out. Where were we? I don't even want to say where we were because, you know, but we were all out at that place. And I heard, so I was just like, raw, okay, Uchee. You know, and that it's
you.
just to see the beauty of King of My City to now having What Did You Expect? What is that trajectory like? Like, what was that journey like for you? Because you started with King of the City, you had 6 amazing songs.
Yeah.
And then you came to What Did You Expect? You know, What Did You Expect has 4 songs. What's that journey been like? Because they're a year apart,
Yes.
and that's crazy.
Are they
Yeah.
up to?
Oh, no, actually, a year and a half, almost 2. Because King of My City is 2020, no?
No, King of the City was last year.
That's what I'm saying. So they're a year apart.
Okay, yes.
Less than
yes.
a year apart, actually.
Less than a year apart.
Less than a year apart.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just plans, schedules, I guess. I had a show,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, I know.
my past show.
I was about
So-
to say that. I wanted to ask, but go on with the EP.
Okay. So because of the show, I had to
Create.
because the songs I already leaked for like 6 months, 7 months. The first EP, King of My
yeah,
City,
yeah.
and there was no show for it.
Yeah.
And this is the actual first show for it.
Yeah.
And I've already performed these songs everywhere else.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do that will make people come to the show and still enjoy the show without hearing the same songs I'll be performing every other time?
Yeah.
People said release songs. My team said release singles. I was like, no, I'm releasing an EP.
Nice.
It comes out, it's gonna be in trend with the other one.
Yeah.
It could go out as a mixtape.
True.
Everybody could download it together.
True.
So I guess that was just it. It was just strategy. It was more like two EPs, one mixtape,
One mixtape.
no singles,
Let it go.
and that's it.
And then you had that massive show, which was such a success, by the way.
Beautiful.
I feel
one.
like it was such a success, it surprised you even.
It did.
It did.
It did.
You said that.
It
I was
did.
like, yeah. It was such a surprise.
It did.
Why? Why do you feel like, why were you surprised?
I don't know. It's like the journey, like you said, you know.
Yeah.
You know where you come from.
Yeah.
Especially looking at a year ago, you were in this situation,
Yeah.
knowing that you were about to give up
Yeah.
on everything. Everything. And I'm not just talking about the music and everything. You know, there's some other things that you go
Happening,
through
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
And I'm still able to stand up strong and make sure that none of these things
Yeah.
affect the reason why I started in the first place. So knowing that I'm doing it and the fans out there are also receiving it the way I'm doing it was beautiful. I almost cried. I think I cried that day. It was
Did
crazy.
you? That must have been a beautiful feeling.
It was.
To just think, like you said, think about your journey where you were and just have a show that massive. And to see that, Penchemi, they said that capacity was never reached.
Never.
It was so, when I saw the video, I was like, rah, okay.
It was never.
It was beautiful. And even when you did the video of you on stage with the, that was beautiful. So congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
You know, you're doing so well. Your
Thank
music
you.
is transcending Gambia, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned something about an album.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are we? Because you know you've dropped 2 successful EPs. What's that? What's happening with the album?
Yeah, we're not in a rush.
Okay,
I have an album. It's gonna be out next year.
inshallah.
But I'll be dropping some singles from the album from
Okay.
this year
Of course.
to start promoting the album. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's you know, that album that connects generations. You know, that album that brings the elderly, the youth, and even the infant
Yeah, together.
together.
Okay.
It's gonna be beautiful. I don't want to disclose.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
You will hear it. I'm sure you'd love it.
You know, your songs are all love songs a lot of the times. It's love songs, and you just like marking your territory, like, you know. Are you a lover boy?
In what context?
I'm sorry. Are you a lover boy?
Say I am.
Because if you said otherwise, I would have been like,
No, I am.
you are?
Yeah,
Are you in a relationship right now?
of course I am.
Oh, of course. I like that. So you're very sure about that. What's that relationship been like for you? Because I don't, but what's that relationship been like for you?
Well, I don't know. It's been, you know, different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's more space. You know, there's more creative space. There's more thinking space. There's more matured space. It's different. It's you know, uplifting.
Okay.
Is two people connecting to making sure this goes, even at the expense of yours, and then two people coming back and making sure the other one goes,
as
even
well.
at the expense of these.
Okay.
So it's beautiful. I kind of like it. I would say I like it very much because I love freedom, and I love
Like you have a lot of freedom in this relationship.
in my head.
In your head.
Yeah, you
How
know,
so?
like, you know, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know how relationships be like these days,
Yeah.
Fanta.
Yeah.
You want to go to this place, and somebody will tell you, don't go. You want to go to this place, feel ne come to feel
Never
or
feel
your
that.
Uchee nga so they may feel
So
ni
for them,
key dafa.
it's just that the first of all, I feel like that's lack of trust.
It is.
Even in themselves, number one. Number two, it could be an insecurity as well.
It is.
And number three could be trauma as well.
It could be.
So,
It could be.
okay.
But like I'm not asking for the trouble. The
That's not
trouble.
what you're here for.
Nah.
Okay.
If I give you peace of mind,
Give me peace of mind.
reciprocate, and everybody lives happy.
So you feel like in this relationship, that's something that's very different.
It's vital.
Okay.
It's vital. It's different. It's important in every relationship.
For sure.
No matter how much love there is in a
There has
relationship,
to be space.
if there is no respect of space and there is no free will in doing whatever makes you happy, so much that it does not affect whatever romance there is in that relationship, that's positive.
That is positive.
Yeah, it is positive.
How long have you been in this relationship? Because from what you're saying, it sounds very grown. Sounds like a very mature and grown relationship.
It's not been long.
Okay.
It's not been long. It's been a couple months.
Okay.
And I think 8, I guess.
Are you in love?
Hmm?
Are you in love?
If I am?
What's up with men now? Are you in love? Are you in love? If I am, are you in love?
But the way you're asking me this question, so
Sorry,
funny.
it's my job, Jerry. Sorry.
I am.
Ooh!
I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't even be in a relationship.
No.
in the first place.
I feel like that's such a deflective response. I mean, I am nice, but if I wasn't, we don't get into relationships in love already. We get into a relationship because we feel like, you know what, me and this person gel. It makes sense.
But you could be in a relationship with love. It could not
Before?
be. Yeah,
Before
of
you-
course.
really?
There's agape love. There are 2 different types of love. I
Well,
could
tell me
love.
then.
I could love you as a person.
No, you know what I mean? Like in love.
No, like get me. Like okay, relationship wise.
Yeah.
For example, this is not real. This is
Okay, he's giving an example.
an example. Okay, me and you, Fanta. Okay,
Yes.
for example,
Yeah.
we're not in a relationship
Yes,
yet,
yes.
but we're gearing towards that.
Yes.
And I want that.
Yeah.
And we just met. And you know that I don't really love you to a certain level yet, as maybe I'm a professor, proclaim,
Yeah.
and all of those things
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
But the more reason I want to stay beside you is the more love I feel for you, whether or not you reciprocate. And that alone makes me want to stay there until you can see that I actually truly love
Love
you
me.
for love you. I don't know if you get it.
I get that.
Like I cannot be in the space with somebody or even want to do anything with anybody that I don't feel romantically connected to.
No, I feel
in any
like
way.
you could be romantically connected to someone. At least this is how I feel. I feel like you could be romantically, because I could date someone, right? Or be in a relationship with someone. And for the best part of probably 6 months, I'm not in love with you. But I do have so much love for you. And I do know that this is someone I could definitely fall in love with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, for me, that's why I say, are you in love? Because you could have love for someone. Like, I have love for you, but I'm not in love with you. Do you get what I mean? That's, for me, when I say, are you in love, I mean, are you wholeheartedly in love with this person? Like, I know that this is the person I want, and there's no one else for me.
Yes, of course, I could say that.
That's where you are?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I like that. You know, I like it when men openly say stuff like that. 'Cause does she know? Did you tell her?
Of course, I guess she does.
You guess, or she knows?
She should know. If she doesn't,
Whoa.
you girls, you ladies can be very, very funny at times.
No,
of course.
No.
We could explain it 1,000 times. We could say it.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like for women like to. It's like, are you in love with me? Tell me I am in love with you.
Of course, I've done that. I've said that.
And then every day you can tell me in different ways.
Of course, I've
Like for
said
me, have you eaten? It's a love. It's like, obviously, you know, I care about you. I love you. Have you eaten? Are you home safe? Let me know when you're home. Like for me, that's me showing you where you are in my life. Do you get what I mean?
I
Like
get
it's
it.
these little things.
I get it.
Do you want some food? Oh, I got you food. For me, it's like, that's how I can tell you I love you. It's like I want to take care
Well,
of you.
then she knows it.
She knows?
Well, then she knows
Okay. Are you a faithful man?
it. At this point,
Whoa. Okay. Before this relationship, were you faithful?
of course. Of
You
course.
never cheated.
I did.
So how you faithful if you?
I know, but like, if I've never cheated in my life, I did. That's what I was answering.
Okay, you've cheated before.
Yes.
Let's say, in your, because I'm not gonna ask you about this relationship. This relationship seems like it's a locked in one. But like in your previous situations, have you cheated? Were you caught cheating?
Previous. How previous?
Whoa. Okay.
You gotta be specific. Fanta.
Previous before your recent one.
Nah.
Never.
Nah.
The one before that.
Nah.
No. So you're not a cheater. You're a lover.
I'm not a cheater. The whole Gambian knows I love.
Really?
The whole Gambian. If I'm in a relationship, the whole Gambian knows that Uchee is in a relationship.
You know what? I'm gonna agree.
Yeah.
That is one thing everyone I can say can attest to, is that when Uchee is in a relationship,
Everybody.
you know, because you don't hide who you're with. You don't. There's no hanky-panky.
I do. I do love.
You do love.
Yes.
Have you ever been heartbroken?
It's like national anthem to
Oh
me.
my God! You know what? Hold that thought. We're gonna go with the break. One more back more with Uchee.
money to Gambia for free. You can now send money via MoneyGram to AfriMoney in Gambia anytime, anywhere. Simply go on to moneygram.com or the app and select Pay through AfriMoney to send. Make sure the receiver is registered on AfriMoney in Gambia or get them to dial *777# to register. Instantly, the money comes into their AfriMoney wallet. No hassle, no wait times, complete ease. Cash out at any AfriMoney agent or AfriCell outlets. Free cash out, no sending fees.
Welcome back after that short commercial break. More with Uchee. This has been such an interesting conversation. He said to me, Fanta, Hana didn't lay you man. He doesn't know. But, you know, I asked you, I said, have you ever been heartbroken? And you said that's like national anthem.
National.
Please elaborate.
It's happened to me too many times.
Really?
It was like you've sang the national anthem and you don't remember how many times you've even sang it.
How though? I would feel like, for most girls, especially when you're in a relationship with, let's say, a star musician, the problem, or the girls usually would be in a position of being heartbroken. You said you've been heartbroken by them or by the situation and how it played out?
Some by them, some by the situations. It's crazy, you'll meet different type of people. You know, like when you're in the spotlight, you have different people coming at you, you don't even know where they are. I don't know if you get it. Some people, you know, there's this crazy belief that there are some girls, they have the tendency to actually see what a man is going to be in the next 2-3 years.
Really?
You know, like I hear those stories a lot.
Okay.
You know, so some of those things are just misplaced. Are misplaced. So you get into relationships for wrong reasons.
Because you're already expecting something.
You're expecting something. I don't know if you get it, but you're getting to it too much. If you don't get what you expected, and you don't even know how to go about it because you're just locked in. Then you look for an unnecessary, inconvenient situation to make it succeed.
Wow, that's actually crazy.
Imagine you're already mentally prepared for something. You're going about ways to make it happen. The other person knows nothing about it, but it just happens.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
That's crazy. And you know one thing they say as girls, and you know what, this is something I can attest to. A lot of us girls in a relationship, when we're ready to be done, we are done months before the breakup.
Before the breakup, that's true.
So emotionally, we've detached. I know I'm guilty of that. Emotionally, we've detached, and it's like, when it's over, that's why you see a lot of times when people are done, you see them 2 months after that, they're in a new relationship.
That's true.
Prior to that, they were done with you.
That's true.
So you feel like something like that has happened to you.
It has, too many times. It has.
And you know that's what's crazy because I know for athletes, musicians, actors, for just people in a different field, as opposed to the regular man who's just a 9-to-5 or working, nothing's wrong with that. But just for athletes and artists and musicians and people in the industry, relationships are completely different for them.
It is.
And it takes a lot more to be with men like that.
It does. It does.
Really?
It does. But I think it's vice versa. Okay, for example, Fanta, like I'm in the entertainment sector. I have my fellow artist who's also in the entertainment sector. You know, obviously there are levels. You know, there are things like that.
Of course.
But you know, you cannot be in some vicinity with some certain people, maybe because you're scared of how the person that is beside you is going to take the next person.
Yeah.
Maybe because they actually see level. But these things happen.
Yeah.
Like they happen.
They do.
I don't know if you get it.
I do.
Like there is no way Davido is going to walk into a place, no matter how much a star Uchee is right now, and I'll walk into the same place and it's going to have the same impact.
Hell no.
Exactly. So that's it. So these things confuse them. These things throw them away, you know? And then sometimes they feel like everybody who's just in the entertainment world is just so unserious. So it's just a game that we all can play. There are some actual serious people in this thing. So you need to be careful who you're doing, whatever you're doing it to. Don't always sit down there and saying they cannot do anything without you, because when they start doing it, that's when you want to come back. And then you realize that you went for the same reasons you came in.
Back for it, yeah.
So
what would you say is the toughest thing in being with you as an artist? For your lady.
For my lady.
Let's say maybe not even in this relationship, maybe in your previous situations, what would you say was the toughest thing for girls to be with you?
I'm very protective.
AKA, are you jealous?
I am.
Okay.
I am, but not, not
Overly,
the
the obsessive
madness.
level.
Exactly.
But you are a jealous person.
I am.
Okay.
I hate situations where you tell me something you don't want. And I make so much effort to make sure that does not happen. But then, like, I could see you doing
that.
Exactly. So that's like a turn off, like a total turn off.
You know what? Same.
Of course, if you see a girl
If you tell me you don't want me to do something, and in my mind, because I'm so proper, I'm not gonna do that to you. Don't do something I've told you I don't want you to do, and then you wanna flip.
You want to flip?
That would drive me crazy.
It will.
Yeah.
It will.
I feel you on that.
It will.
I definitely do.
Stupidly crazy. Like, okay, for example, quick one. You cannot say somebody cannot text me and call me babe. Because those people own their phones. But somebody can say something really okay to you, but you can send an emoji with hearts. The same way that person called me babe, that I did not even reply or I didn't even text, like it's not even my own message, it's their message, and you reacted that way. You should make sure that your phone should be as clean as whatever, because even if I see an emoji, we have a problem.
Oh!
No, like you need to be ready for whatever you're going into. Like, that's how I am.
That's a bit extreme.
No, like, that's how I am.
Really?
Like, you cannot complain about those things if
and then
I'm going to
doing
see
something
it.
like that.
Exactly.
But that's actually a crazy example. You know, that reminds me of, when they say artists are sensitive.
They are.
That's so true.
We are.
Because stuff like that would probably get me in trouble.
We are.
Really?
We are. Every artist want to have the best lady, want to have the flyest lady, want to have, what they say, women beside a man makes them what?
Yeah.
All of those things.
I was watching Farah, what's it called? Farah Khan's, one of his videos, and he said, a man is not a man until he has the woman beside him.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's very true.
That is actually true. And especially the right woman.
The right one.
The right one beside you.
Right one.
Stimulate you mentally.
Right one. My woman has to be in the same musical mind I am in.
Yeah, right. So is it that? What are the top 3 things you look for in a woman?
Vibe.
Okay.
I like a woman that has vibe. I like a woman who is mentally inclined. Somebody I can actually talk to without them being offended.
Okay.
You understand? Like,
That's
they
very
understand.
important. Yeah.
And I like somebody who loves what I do as a person.
That's very important.
You need to like my music even before I like my music.
So you want to ride or die, basically. Someone that is you want someone in your corner.
If I see the person, I'm definitely going to be in that corner till the end as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You really are a lover, Like, I had an idea, but I didn't know you were this much of a lover. And it's actually refreshing. It's actually refreshing. Like, you just saying showing out or showing off your woman. Because I know a lot of people, especially when it comes to entertainers, they're really notorious for hiding who they're with.
That's true.
And some people have different reasons for it. Some do it because they don't want people to know who they're with. They're trying to protect their privacy. Some do it because they're just playing about.
That's true.
So what for you, showing your woman is just, I want everyone to know this is who I'm with? Or what is that?
It's not just that. It's respect.
Okay.
It's respect. I don't want to be that artist that everybody will come and say, oh, my nigga na Uchee. Uchee Nina Mel. That it's actually happening, I don't reply female fans like as often as before,
Okay.
and all of those things, because these things come with all of these things.
They do.
And for you to make people,
those DMs will get you in trouble.
They will. And for those people to keep loving you,
you also have to give them some love back to a certain extent.
No, I will.
Yeah.
I could.
But
I
also
could,
to a limit, because
exactly.
you have a partner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be chatting with fans.
You're mad. Sorry. the female in me just popped out. The woman in me just popped out. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Exactly.
I know that, obviously, I don't want to get too much into it, but I know you were in a very public previous situation. And, we briefly touched on that, but that didn't end well, did it?
No.
How did that leave you feeling?
Fanta. Fanta. Well, I guess like every other person who is actually in love, it was crazy. You know, it was detachment. It was disassociation. It was mental instability. It was crazy. Trust me, it was really crazy. It was like down to nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I was flying. I was going to Senegal and coming back because I couldn't stay here and all of those things. I couldn't go out.
Why? 'Cause
Her
you didn't want to
talk.
see her, or you didn't want to be?
No, it was not about her. It was like, you know how women are. You know, when something happens, they always want to have the first say. So,
So
like
it's the
I,
narrative that's going.
especially if you know the person you're with, like you know that this person is not somebody who will talk. Like I'm one person, I could keep something in me, like I could just go with it. I'll never say anything about it until you decide to talk about it. And you know, all of those things. So started
You know, sometimes when you're with certain people and something happens, they're quick to jump out
exactly.
and say stuff.
And the story they sell is what people believe because they haven't heard yours. You know, and I don't even want to put myself out there to be telling stories.
talk about, yeah.
So I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be in that environment. I don't even want you to see me to ask me about it in the first place.
That's why you were not going
That's
out.
why I was not going out. That's why I went to Senegal. It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was.
How did you get your current girlfriend?
That's when she came in. I
Really?
came back. I guess then my song was banging because I was not promoting the EP, King of My City, but I Can't Kill Myself was promoting itself.
Yes. And Satanka Sumatanka.
I was
Yeah.
indoors, I was closing doors, but the music, everybody was like, why are you sitting down? Your song is actually making noise now, like, and all of those things. So I guess that's where she texted me on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, and all of those things, you know, Snapchat, all of those things, you know, put things, make them one. Things just fit it.
And
It was
that's
good.
how it worked.
It was good.
That's
It was crazy at the beginning. It was, you know, she had to put up with it because I was just from something that was
from a
really, really
relationship that was
traumatizing.
really traumatizing. Is
So-
it crazy for you or crazy from like outside? Was it crazy because you were in a mental space you were in? It
Yeah.
was harder for her?
It was hard for her.
Okay.
And knowing that she was actually really willing to sit down
To
there
stay there for
and
you.
let all of that heal and just make me the person I am, the bright person I am right now. That is so much.
That's crazy.
That's so much.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah.
She did that for you?
She did.
Whoa,
So if everybody asks why, I guess now you know.
That is, now you know, guys.
That's
Which is woman?
That's a woman.
Wow.
Yup.
Wow.
I
Okay. Lastly, what is the most romantic thing you've done in all your life for a woman? It could be this relationship or previous one, or for you, what do you feel was the most romantic thing you've done for your partner?
don't know. I'm not really, you know,
Romantic.
like I am with words. And
I know not because that's what you do.
No, but and expressions and all
Okay.
of those things. But when it comes to like, you know, because I don't take my time to do all of these things. I'm a different human being. But like dating me is funny.
How?
Yeah, like I don't want to go out and party,
Okay.
but I want to have fun.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
I know what you
So
mean.
if you're with me, you like going out, you have to limit that. With
Oh.
you know, those kind of things. With the previous, it was different because, you know,
That situation.
that
and Where they
situation.
worked.
Exactly.
You
I-
had to be there to see them.
Exactly. But now I don't have to. It is me going back to my own. You know, Fanta, you knew me before, but you never saw me.
Yes.
At some point, you started seeing me all
A
the time.
lot, all the time.
Now you don't anymore.
At all.
Exactly.
That's you.
That's me.
That's kind of like, I understand that aspect because I think for me as well, when I'm in a relationship, no one sees me. It's so crazy. Even my own friends. And it's not like, oh my God, I'm always with the person I'm with, which I'm usually, a lot of the times I am with them. But I like just to chill. You know, I would go out when I have work,
Of course.
but my natural way, it's just, don't bother me. Let's not go out. Let's go and eat and go home.
Go home.
Like, so I feel that.
I understand.
I feel that.
I
get
understand.
that. Okay. So you're back to now being you, the homebody, cozy, or just going out chilling and going back home and not being out there like that.
Just me doing music, chilling. I don't go out. I'd rather stay in and make music. She has her own business. You know those
Of
kind
course,
of things.
of course. Now
Yeah,
she's a boss.
Exactly.
She's a boss.
So-
I'm proud of you because she's a boss. And,
Thank
and you
you.
know what? She's a you don't hear about her.
No,
Kenduko gis Kenduko Dega. She's about her business.
it's beautiful.
So I'm not gonna lie, it's such a surprising relationship. But seeing you guys today is like, yeah, guys, she's right here with him. That's how you support your man. You know, seeing you guys today, it's like I see it. You know, it's so in sync. It's beautiful. You know, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Love is a beautiful thing, and we
Thank
all
you.
want it. So, what are your top 5 songs right now?
Of myself,
No.
the world.
Wow, the world. He's
The
such
world.
an artist of myself. No, the world.
The world. I like Wait For You.
Oh.
It's like one of my favorites right now.
Wait for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I
And
like-
Temps is killing it, by the way.
Cheers.
She's on
Cheers.
Beyonce's Renaissance.
She's
like-
beautiful.
Yeah.
She's the reason why I love the song.
Okay,
And Drake.
Of course.
I love Asake.
Of course. Which one?
Uh,
Peace be upon you.
exactly.
Ooh, Asala.
And Palazzo
Of course.
as well.
Asake is really killing it too, you know.
He is.
He is. Okay.
I love who else? I love Burna Boy. I love his song It's Plenty.
Me too. On the album, give me a high five. Sorry, guys. If you know me, you know that Burna Boy is my president, and I say that any and everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. It's plenty. Okay,
I
what
love
more now?
that song. What other song?
What other song? You said Wait For You.
Uh-huh.
Peace be upon you. Palazzo.
Palazzo.
It's plenty.
So I should just one.
One more. It's 5 top
Just
songs
one.
right now that you like.
We.
We.
Mm,
Which one?
Warm Embrace by Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
It's kind of,
It's
you
a
know,
killer.
it's doing
And
something
the
in
video
my
is
head.
beautiful.
Yeah, it
okay.
is.
You know what? That's how you know he's in love. That is how you know he's in love. That's nice. And what are
you.
your top favorite rappers of all time? Rappers or artists of all time?
Kendrick,
Period.
Lamar. I like Nas. I like Tupac.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Ja Rule a bit.
You don't hear that very often, but yeah. But
Yeah.
Jam is a goat though.
He's good.
Yeah.
And I like Lil Durk.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dirk is real though.
Yeah.
He's
Duck Your
real.
World.
Yeah, Dirk is real.
I
You
think
know
I
what?
just let it be
That's
there.
fire actually. Those are fire.
Thank you.
Well done. On the show, I like to talk about mental health.
Mm.
And, you know, we've had such a lengthy and fun conversation. And, you know, you've mentioned something in terms of, like, mentally something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I just want to know, and I know being an artist is not easy. Being
It's
a
not.
creative is not easy, period, because I have my moments, you know. Being
Yeah.
a creative is not easy at all. But for you, do you struggle with mental health sometimes? And
Yeah.
when you do, how do you cope?
Well, with me, music is like my base. Yeah, like whenever I have issues on anything, I just go back to sound. I go back to either listening to sounds or making sounds, creating sounds, or talking about sound with somebody that understands what I'm talking about. So that alone, that kind of puts me in a more relaxed mood,
Yeah.
in a more okay position to think okayly, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
But these things happen. As an artist, you deal with depression, you deal with anxiety,
Anxiety.
you deal with frustrations,
Yeah.
and all of these things. Music
So
is
what,
just my
music is
base.
your outlet.
It's mine. I speak. If I have issues I want to talk about, I sing it. If I'm in love, I sing it. Like I told you, I'm not the person to
Talk
all,
about-
on
yeah,
all of those things,
yeah.
but like you see it.
Yeah.
If I want to say something to you, if I cannot tell you directly, I'll sing it to you. You know, so music is that
Really?
base. Like it gives me that.
And when you do that mentally, let's say you're like depressed or your anxiety is shooting through the roof, and you go back to music, how does that, like after you sing or you release, maybe you've recorded something, how does that make you feel?
Oh God, I become a whole different person.
Really?
Especially if I just enjoy what that moment or that
was
mood
like, yeah.
was like, and where it brought me
Yeah,
to
yeah.
2 hours after,
Yeah.
3 hours
Yeah.
after. It's crazy sometimes.
Really?
And that's how you get the best songs. I Can't Kill Myself exactly as an example of mental depression and music being the base to express how I
Release.
feel. And that song is a hit song because it's just
Really? It was honest and raw.
it's just honest and true. It's truth.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But I like that because a lot of people really go through stuff and they don't talk about it.
That's true.
And you know, if you can't find someone to talk, for you, I'm glad that when you sing, you release.
Yeah.
And when you release, you're in a better
I'm okay.
space.
Yes.
Outside of music, what other thing do you do that you love?
Yeah, and like gaming really helps because
Like PS.
yeah, gaming.
Really?
Yeah, of course. It does help.
I thought men just like to play a game because you know the inner child is just.
Nah, some people actually derive fun from it. It's fun,
Okay.
yeah, at some point. But like sometimes when I turn on my own game at the house, it's because I am not in it 100%.
Really?
Yeah, so I just start playing. You know, all of these things, passing the ball, knowing who to pass next, looking at an angle, how are you going to make a pass, how does it get to that person? All of those is calculations.
Yeah.
It's it's making you think in a normal situation. Okay, for me, it depends on how you play a game. For me, I take those situations, I put them in real life now. If I have something disturbing me, I know that this is where it is at, and this is what is stopping me from getting to it. How do I get to it without these two or whatever this
These
is
obstacles.
intrudes in what I'm doing?
That's
This is where game helps.
gaming. You've explained gaming in a way that no one's ever explained.
Playing pool,
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like that. Those things help. You see
Really?
people playing chess. It's like one of the most lucrative mind games
No. I know that.
you could
I
ever
didn't
see.
know that gaming was that powerful. That's
It
what
is.
I didn't know.
It is. I'm not talking random coming to shoot people on the screen and all of those
No.
things.
But like football games,
Yeah, things like that.
PSP, that.
It's good.
That's nice. Okay, now we're gonna go to my favorite and the last segment of the show quickly. This is the Never Have I Ever segment. Oh, and so thank you to Pulo Create for these. These are my Never Have I Ever handles. Thank you very much. Beautiful. So you know the Never Have I Ever game. So if I ask you a question and you have, I have.
I'll be like, aha.
Yeah. If you have, you have to. I have never. If you have, you take a sip.
I have and a sip.
Yeah.
I have never, I'm good.
Yeah. You're never. You go. You can take a sip, but you know, and you have to be honest.
Okay.
Okay. First question.
I feel nervous.
Never have I ever been in a threesome. I know, honey. I know. I'm slick with this. I'm slick.
Yo. Are they going to judge me for this?
I mean, no one's gonna judge you. At the end of the day, when the people I believe that have been on the show have been very honest with me.
I have?
You have? Take a sip then.
I will.
Okay. I have never though. That is crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
What was it like?
Nah.
Anyway, never have I ever drunk dialed an ex.
What?
Drunk dialed an ex. Like you're drunk. You know, they say when someone is drunk, that's when they're most honest. And then, you know, when you're going through it, you dial someone you cared about or someone you... Hey! He has. I have never. I've never.
You don't have emotions.
I don't drink, but I have never.
Oh, you don't drink?
I don't. But I've never. You're emotional.
Yeah, I am.
And then what did you say when you drunk that? You were crying on the phone?
No.
You were
There were
crying?
instances I actually have.
You were crying?
No, it depends on the situation. Come on. Like, these things help.
They do.
Because
And
crying...
I like that you're very in touch with your feelings and you're not afraid.
No, no,
'Cause you know,
no.
some men like to do macho, like, I'm not going to cry, I'm this. Like,
That's what makes you even more less of a man.
relatable. That actually
Like-
less of a man, yeah. If you,
Yes, if you don't cry and all of those things, like, it means you're not showing feelings. And most people that do that are mostly cowards because it's not like they don't have feelings to show. It's just they don't want you to say whatever you're gonna say about
and
whatever
that's
they're saying.
crazy though. I feel like for me, if you show me emotion, the likelihood of me loving you more is 10 times higher than you trying to be tough.
That's true.
Because I feed off of emotion. Like
That's
I
true.
need to know that you're in sync with me.
That's-
You're gonna get the best version of me through that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's crazy actually.
It is.
I'm so glad that you're so in tune with your feelings. You're not afraid of showing feelings.
It's what makes me who I am.
Period. Learn, guys. You need to learn. Okay, you need to learn. Third question. Never have I ever, I like this. I feel like this is like a staple question now. Never have I ever skinny dipped. Skinny dip means swimming naked. Oh, you have never?
No.
I was about to say, Uchee, what haven't you done?
No, I have never.
Okay.
I don't even know how to swim.
Okay. Never have I ever had a clash with two of my girlfriends at the same time.
I don't understand.
Whoa, Uncle. Never have I ever. You are dating Aisatu and Mariam, and they were both there, and they knew, and it was an issue.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. I mean, I've never.
No, but that's like every guy. That's like every guy's routine in Gambia. Like it must have happened to almost every guy.
That is crazy. I hope it's not every guy's routine because people like me, we will suffer then.
No, but
what?
but that was like back in the day, though.
Last question. Never have I ever sent nudes. I don't understand why he's looking at me like that. I just asked you. Never.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Are you sure?
I was thinking about it real hard.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You've never?
Yeah. Sent? No.
Received?
Yeah.
Then turn it then.
No, you said sent.
Yeah, but it's my show. I'm asking again.
Received?
Yes.
For the record, received, yes.
But you've never
Sent?
sent.
Nah.
Why have you received and not sent?
I don't know how these things happen. I mean, you just see somebody, they want you. You know, they want to show you that they actually want you. And they feel like there's no other way they can actually show you.
Show you their body.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Some people think that and all of those things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. So it's just what it is.
Did it work for you?
Like towards me?
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes I'm a human being.
Of course.
Fanta.
I like how what I'm a human being. Like
Of course.
no that they about fam.
I'm falling sometimes into some of it, but not all of it.
Okay.
Because some of them are just crazy, just stupid.
Well, thank you very much for playing the Never Have I Ever game.
You're welcome.
I have one last question for you. This has nothing to do with the Never Have I Ever game, but you mentioned something about every guy in Gambia. What do you think Gambian guys can do better in terms of relationships and dating? Because society, I feel like society makes it so easy for men to cheat and they get away with it. But once a woman cheats, it's like a man can never handle that. Even if they say they've forgiven you, I feel like men could never handle what they dish out.
That's true.
A lot of women will be cheated on and they'll stay. And you know what? I don't judge you. I don't blame you. Do you? You know, but once a woman cheats on a man, I've asked so many men, like, would you stay if your partner cheated on you? And they say no. What? There's no way. And it's like, whoa, it's like God opened the skies, you know, but they would cheat. And then it was like, well, you know, I didn't mean anything, bro. But yeah. What do you think Gambian men could do better in terms of that?
I guess that's just, I think we lack communication at some point. Like that's one problem. Not because we don't know how to communicate that, just because we misinterpret what communication is. We feel like if you don't communicate emotions, like it has nothing, like they don't have anything to do with each other. Like being whoever you think you want to be as a person, that's your own reform, that's you, that's your nature, it's your habit. It has nothing to do with whatever you share with the next person. Because when you're with your woman, you're no longer a bad man.
Honestly.
You're with your woman. You know, there's a difference.
Please say that louder.
Yeah.
Say it again. When you're with your woman, you're no longer what?
You're no longer a bad man. You're just a man
That
with
should
your
be
woman.
Your soft spot.
That
is your person.
That is your soft spot.
That is your person.
That
as well.
is, yeah.
So they like you're tough, leave it out the door.
Of course, that person could make you dance inside the room. That person could make you
Cry.
That person could make you naked. And this happens in every other person, in other person's home. But some people don't communicate that, and they make it feel like, you know, not showing these feelings gets all of those things taken away from them. It has nothing to do with both. You could be a bad man, you could be in love, you could show your woman you love them.
And you be the baddest when you show your woman you love her.
You'll
And
be-
everyone knows that. You know what? This man don't play about his woman.
You be the
Let
fly.
me tell you something. Free game, man. If people know that my man doesn't play about me, if people know, free game, if people know that my man doesn't play about me, the respect he gets is completely different.
Totally.
From women, it's like, hey, can you do Fanta?
Totally.
Like, that is a different level. Even amongst your men, you know, even boys, and I know boys like to, you know, they like to tonyante. It's like, your ninga, your such a habit, your girl has you wrapped around their finger. You know, they could say that, but deep down they want something like that.
Of course.
That's what I realized.
Of course. Of course. Totally right, 100%.
So free game. Everyone knows you don't play about your woman. the respect is 10 times higher.
It is added respect
Yeah.
every time.
100%. So any future collaborations that you want, what is your dream collaboration?
Buju?
Buju! You know what? I see it. I see it. I do. I
What do
really
you see?
I just feel like your voices will blend very well.
It will. I think so too.
Yeah, I see
I think
it.
so.
That's one thing.
Buju and Burna Boy on the song. It's beautiful. It's going to happen by God's
No, it
grace
will.
one day.
You know what? Whenever that's happening, give me a call.
I will.
Because everyone knows Burna Boy is my president.
I will.
So I need to.
I
I need
will.
to be there and feel the vibes. But
I
thank
sure
you
will.
so much
You're welcome.
for being on Sip and Chat. This has been
Thank you
such an
too.
interesting conversation. I feel like after this, a lot of people were like, hey, how about Uchee? Right now, I know him a little bit more. And that's what I like. I like people to see you as a human being, as a man. And that's what Sip and Chat is about. So thank you for coming here and
You're
being
welcome.
such a good sport, you know, for being patient and punctual. I think you are by far the one artist that I've worked with that I've, you know, on the show that has been punctual. Well, and Hussein, to be fair. Hussein was punctual and on time. It must be a bromance thing that you guys had going on.
No, I've not always been this punctual.
Really?
I guess it's just, you know, if you want something,
You gotta be.
you got to be on time for it.
Right.
Because you don't know what is going to be there at the particular time you're
Time that
supposed
you
to
were
be there.
Respect. I really appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much for being with us, for watching the show. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. So whenever something stops, you're aware. And subscribe. Do you not love me? Are you not entertained? Subscribe, please, guys. But thank you so much for being a part of this episode. Till I come back your way again, peace, love, and cha-ching, cha-ching. Bye-bye.